Hey, welcome to the program. This is Our Healthy Homes, ourhealthyhomes.com, 651-775-9194. That's the Healthy Home Hotline. Give Sheila a ring-a-ling-a-ling, and she'll be happy to get you pointed in the right direction. Ourhealthyhomes.com. We explore the 4 pillars of a healthy home. We talk about the house. We talk about the ecosystem inside the house. We talk about your body, and we talk about your spiritual and emotional well-being. If all 4 of those pillars aren't in place, the roof comes tumbling down. Okay, Sheila, what you got cooking?
We've got a lot cooking here, even though it's summer. So go to ourhealthyhomes.com, click on the events tab. We're adding all the time. And today I was working on the wellness fair for August 9th, so it's a Saturday. There's going to be a bunch of different stations at the house that you can come and experience, and that's always a fun thing to do. So look for that. I'll have that up today. But I've got some private events coming up, so people will ask me to come and speak on a topic to their friends, their family, whatever that topic is. There's no topics are off, okay, because I like to talk. If you know Gutfeld, he loves to talk about poop. I love to talk about poop too, because it's so important about your health. Really, it tells a lot about your health. So no topic is off limits. Is off limits. That's right. So we've got a bunch of things coming up here. Let me get back to my sheet. So with some private events, we've got some new products. I know I even hate to say it, it's back to school, right? So we've got to start looking at things to support our immune system and our kids and those kinds of things that we're going to talk about. We've got one that it's a new one that we haven't done before. And so you're going to bring your fiber supplement, your on acid, your pain relief, whatever it is that you buy over the counter, and we're going to together explore some of the ingredients in there and then what that is doing to your health, and then you'll go home with a sample pack of the products that we would use naturally. So we are doing that via Zoom. So how do you bring it home?
How do you bring products home if you're doing it on Zoom?
We're doing it in person in Zoom. Okay. So the Zoom people then they can have their products right there, right? Okay. And then they can just pay for shipping for the products. So your favorite always is the craft weekend, yes. And so we've got a lot coming up. The estate and will planning. I'm really looking forward to that. That is the 22nd
I haven't
of
been
July.
Invited to speak on that. Yeah.
No, the attorney has. Yeah, the attorney is coming. So it's a topic that a lot of people don't want to have conversations about. I know it's uncomfortable, and I know you don't want to think about making the plans, but you need to. So I'm trying to make this your opportunity to come and just, get some calmness around the topic. And Wendy is a great lady, a great attorney. She's non-threatening. So, you'll be able to ask questions and that type of thing. And I would like it to be kind of like a husband and wife outing. Mm-hmm. So it's $10 for the materials. And so that is July 22nd. And we would love to see you there. Now, on that topic of getting your will and your estate plan, I'm just going to roll into a percentage here. Okay, these over 45% of the global population now suffers from at least one chronic disease. 45%, over 45%. So in America alone, autoimmune conditions afflict up to 50 million people, while 1 in men and 1 in women are projected to develop cancer. Can I just say that again? 1 in 2 men and 1 in 3 women are projected to develop cancer.
1 in 2 men. So men are more likely to develop cancer than women.
Yes.
I don't believe that.
I do.
Yeah, okay.
Well, I mean, just from what I know about
I'm just in denial. I'm just saying.
Well, I know, but knowing what I know about the glyphosate and how the glyphosate loves the prostate, it's like the men and the prostate cancers are skyrocketing.
Oh, sure.
It's kind of like if you're O blood type, the mosquito and a female, the mosquitoes love you. Like that's just how it is, right?
Okay.
So it's kind of one of those things where that your prostate just it can't handle glyphosate.
I had a mosquito bite once.
Yeah, shush. And so because I get eaten all the time, right? Yeah, and so the system, right? Like our system needs to make some adjustments, right? And so again, with that will and estate planning, you'd like to have it all taken care of ahead of time before something happens, or
It's good for peace of mind.
it is good. It is good for peace of mind. So we need conventional and we need Western and we need that. I break my leg, I need to be put back together, right? All of the things, but unfortunately, their approach to many things has just been to manage something and not resolve it.
Or mask it.
Or mask it, yes. And so you have all the silent symptoms, and while the pharmaceuticals are helping you right there in the moment, they're not getting to the root cause of the illness. And I mean, I know this from, my health issue that I had. So environmental toxins, hidden infections, nutritional deficiencies, and unsolved trauma is the underlying issue. Careful on that trauma comment that I made. So and the beautiful piece of it is that you can be healed. What did we hear? Oh yes. I was going to church last Sunday, and I was like, why is it so hard for people to, want to make these changes, right? Like they're unhealthy. They know they're unhealthy, right? And I'm trying to help you be healthier. And we get to church, and the sermon was God asking that man that had been around the pool, do you want to be healed? Right? And so I'm not asking the question, apparently. That was...
Well, people want the result, but they don't want to do the work.
Yeah. So the question is, do you want to be healed? Because if you do, you totally can be. But it is going to take time, discipline. Sometimes we have to make some shifts around the people that we're with. Right? Because you want to make these changes and you want to eliminate the diet pop. You want to eliminate the fill in the blank, whatever's in your house. You want to eliminate the bleach. You want to eliminate, but there's other people in the family that aren't with you on that side, and they want to sabotage it because they don't want to do it, and they don't want you to do it because they don't want you to succeed. I mean, that's been an issue that a lot of people talk about in years ago when I went to Weight Watchers, right? They were like, you have to now get around people that are going to support you and not sabotage what it is that you're trying to do. So if you want to be healed and you want that for yourself, please, reach out to me. I'm here to help you. I was just talking with a friend the other day, and she's like, oh, I think I should probably, maybe go to this naturopath. And I said, girlfriend, you know exactly what to do. You know the order of the cleanses that need to be done to prepare the body, to prepare the pathways so that, you don't have a really bad reaction when you're trying to detox the body. You know what to do. So why don't you trust that and just do that? Do you need somebody to be accountable? Because if you need somebody to be accountable, pick me. Right? You don't need to pay all that money, right? And do what they're going to tell you to do. And she knew it, but there is so much truth about having somebody in your corner and having somebody to support you with what it is that you're going through and what you're going to go through when you detox the body. And we need to remember that we have spent years putting all this crap in our body and being exposed to all these environmental toxins. Like we can't expect that it's going to take a month to eliminate it all. There's different organs that you need to do in a certain order. You're not going to detox the whole body and the kitchen sink at the whole body, you'll be miserable, right? And you don't need to put your organs through that kind of a stress either. So you can be healed. It is possible, and reach out and give me a call.
So, what I take away from all that is you gotta
get your will.
Do it. Whatever you gotta do, just do it, and do it quietly. You don't have to broadcast it. You don't have to run around tell everybody in the family, "Oh, I'm all natural."
Right.
Just do it.
Right. Be the example.
And if someone and just do. And if somebody says, "Here, we want some of this," and it's not in your new mindset, just say no, thank you.
Yep.
I don't do that anymore. So this is Our Healthy Homes, ourhealthyhomes.com. That'll help you emotionally too. Just
yes, it will.
Like that. Ourhealthyhomes.com. 651-775-9194. 651-775-9194. We'll be right back. Hey, welcome back. Thanks for staying with us. This is Our Healthy Homes, ourhealthyhomes.com. 651-775-9194. That's 651-775-9194, ourhealthyhomes.com. Check out the website. Everybody's going there. And that's where you find all of the DIY classes. And you can register for the upcoming events and things that we got going on. Super duper. We're speaking with Affinity and Beyond Massage in the studio, going to tell us all about their practice. Why don't you introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about just your background in massage and how you got started, how long you've been doing it, just kind of the 10,000 square foot down.
Oh, well, it's kind of a lot to say all in one sentence. So
okay, we'll take
try
a paragraph.
few sentences. Okay. I'm Megan Roback.
Yep.
I'm here with my husband, Matthew Roback.
Okay.
Welcome.
I've been practicing doing massage therapy for over 17 years. It's been one of the most amazing journeys my entire life. Helping people is definitely what we're all here for.
Okay, stop right there. So I got a question. I'm going to roll the clock back 17 years.
Okay.
All right. So 17 years ago, you were 12 years old.
Right. That's about it.
And you decided, what made you want to do massage? I mean, how did you get interested in it, and how did you get involved in it?
Well, honestly, I had no idea what I wanted to do when I graduated high school. I knew what I didn't want to do.
Okay.
I didn't want a desk job.
All right.
I didn't want the normal 4-year college experience, so I kind of thought about what I enjoyed. So I loved.
Did you bounce around a little bit from one job to another for a while?
No. I went straight.
Woke up one morning and said, "I'm doing massage."
Basically.
Really?
Yeah. We had one recruiter come to our house and speak
Okay.
to me and my dad. And
all right.
it was all about the health sciences, and I knew I wanted to get into the health sciences because in high school I really loved studying anatomy and physiology, biology, psychology, sociology, all those things. So
it was right in your wheelhouse.
Yeah, it was. So talking to this recruiter, massage therapy was one of the options. I was like, well, I think
What kind of recruiter?
That's what I was curious
a college
about.
recruiter.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
So I looked at trade schools because I knew
Okay.
I didn't want the college
Okay.
experience.
All right. You had a recruit. You must have been smart.
No.
They drove past my house. right past.
I had really
Right
good
past.
grades in
Okay.
science and health and writing and reading, but not so much in other things.
Okay.
So I've always been very hands-on. I grew up with physical touch, love language. I used to do massages for my grandma and other family.
Okay.
I just work on their feet until
Sure.
my little hands couldn't do it anymore.
Yep.
And then I get a couple bucks and go to the convenience store and buy
Exactly.
junk food. But that really helped increase my hand stamina and strength, and it definitely helped me kind of identify with massage therapy. So my hope was I would be good at it, that schooling would be easy, and it was an 18-month program. I'm really glad that I chose that, because it wasn't, I want to say it chose me, but we chose each other.
Okay.
Well, I got to say, I've had massages over years. I mean, I'm not, very routine with them, let's just say.
Liar.
But whatever. I mean, no, I'm not lying at all. And I have to say that it was the best massage I've ever had. That when I went and saw you, and I mean, I'm dealing with a butt muscle, and I was like, I told my girlfriend, she better touch my butt on the hands and not through the sheets, because I am in some serious, sciatica or pulled muscle or like whatever it was.
And that's always up to the client's comfort level.
Yeah,
of course.
but so the two of you blended together. It chose you and you chose it, and it was the right path, definitely the right path for you. So you hear a lot of times where massage people get burnt out, right? Their physical body just gets burnt out from doing all that. So we are just going to, pray that doesn't happen to you now that I found you.
All right, let me ask you this. So you mentioned life sciences and the medical field, health and wellness field. I have friends that, I mean, they're just like clockwork. They've got to get in and have their massage. They've got to get in and have their massage. I just never have understood that. It's just like, okay, a little rubbing, makes you feel good. So what? I've never understood the medical side of it, or even thought of it, to be honest with you, until you just said it. So
I agree.
Explain
100%.
that to me. Yeah,
it was something I was never into either. For my whole life, I would have never imagined getting massage. Up until this last year, we were in a car accident, and I finally was pushed over that edge. Having her as my therapist made me feel more comfortable. I finally went in and did it, and it is unbelievably life-changing. You go in there expecting nothing with the mindset like me, and to go in and have someone talented like Megan or our Desiree, they can move these things around that you never even knew were there.
Yeah. Do you make them pay?
Well, insurance. So,
Right, insurance,
accident.
yes.
Yeah, that accident.
Right.
Okay,
Personal
so
injury.
talk about that part of it with your client base. I mean, of the people that come in, do people come in and they have like specific issues that they're looking to resolve, or just explain that whole thing to me?
So a lot of the time, people will have specific issues or multiple issues, like Sheila here.
She's got issues.
So it's always important to do a very in-depth intake.
Okay.
We always hope that clients show up early, but we can talk about those things while we're in session too. It's just identifying that, and people who've never had massage before, it's even more important to do that in-depth intake to make sure that they're comfortable, not just physically but emotionally too, because there is it's so much more than the physical. It's everything, mind, body, and spirit. So as a massage therapist, it's very important for us to stay on top of our own health, our own spirit, our own emotions, to be able to help people. And like I said, it's so much more than just helping them with their physical issues. It's also giving them that encouragement and that assurance that you're going to be okay. And like Sheila said, you have to put in the work. It's not just getting massage, it's self-care in all of its forms. And we try to take the time to encourage that self-care and make sure we're advising clients on what kinds of self-care they could be doing.
Don't encourage her.
You can spend all day doing self-care.
Yes.
Which is wonderful. People should take time to do it, but it can be a lot.
Yeah.
What kinds of self-care?
Yeah.
So we just try to really take our time with each client, talk to them, get to know them, their goals, their expectations.
When you lay hands on somebody, can you tell from the touch? I mean, you've got skilled fingers, you've been doing it for so long, it's just like it's intuitive to you, I imagine. Yeah. When they're on the table, then, can you say, ooh, you've got some work that needs to be done here that they might not even be aware of?
Absolutely. It is very intuitive after being in it for so long, but you can tell even sometimes before you put hands on a person that something's off. You can see it in their posture and in their mindset, even the way they speak, what they talk about.
Sheila just said that this morning to me. I was drinking coffee. She said, "There's something off about you." Is that what you're talking about, or is that something different?
Well, you'd have
Like
to
an
ask
intuition.
Sheila about
No,
that.
actually, it was the other day when my brother and I beat you in pickleball, and then that he was not the same the rest of the day, and we went to bed, and I said, "Are you
Coping.
okay?" I said, "Are you okay?"
Yeah.
He's like, "Yeah, why?" I said, "Okay, I know why, because I beat you in pickleball today, and I'm the one in
He
the
let
brace.
you win, and
Oh,
he
no,
was
he
having
did
trouble
not.
with that.
Oh no, he didn't. Oh no, he would never do
I'm
that. Never do
kidding.
that. But I got to tell you, when I filled out the form and online, I love how specific it is that I can, click the button on this muscle and click the button, and that's gonna probably be kudos to you, Mr. Techie over there.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you, thank you.
I click the button on this spot and this spot and this spot. And when I first reached out to her, because you were referred to me, and I said I need 2 hours, and she she was like, okay, there must be a reason why you need 2 hours. I'm like, trust me, if we could have 4, I would take 4.
all day.
But 2 for sure. And you were surprised that.
I was.
Yes, you were surprised that but it had been. I mean, it's been years since I've had an actual massage, right?
But you still knew your body well enough to know.
Yes,
that
because I
you
do
were
a lot
gonna
of raindrops, which is an emotional and a physical healing through, the essential oils. But it's not like getting in there and you're gonna, because you could just feel a spot and you're like, oh no, here is it here? And it's like, yes, it's right there, like that's where it is.
Yeah, if you're gonna
Right.
smooth out the carpet, you got to go hands on.
And it really touches on what he said there, and maybe she doesn't see her own intuition as much, but I can tell you one thing, that the experienced therapists, they seem to just put their hands on you for 1 second, they'll kind of go up, and they instantly stop on that part of you that hurts when you didn't even tell them it had anything to do with that visit. And you're like, well, I want my shoulder today, but they're like, but this down here, and you're like, yeah, it hurts.
This is connected to this.
Yeah.
Right, and sometimes you feel it here, but it's coming from radiating from somewhere else. Oh my
Exactly.
gosh, that one.
Okay, I got 10,000 questions when we come back from break. This is Our Healthy Homes, ourhealthyhomes.com. 651-775-9194. Give Sheila a ring-a-ling-a-ling. We'd be happy to have a chat. We'll be right back. Hey, welcome back. Thanks for staying with us. This is Our Healthy Homes, ourhealthyhomes.com. 651-775-9194. That's the Healthy Home Hotline. Or go to ourhealthyhomes.com. We study the 4 pillars of a healthy home. We study the house, the interior or the structure, the interior of the house, the ecosystem, your body, and your emotional and spiritual well-being, the 4 pillars of a healthy home. Okay. So let's continue our conversation about massage.
Yeah.
You come out of school, and then did you go for a corporate? Where do you get a job? Did you just hang your shingle, or where does one go to work?
Well, there's a lot of different places to be able to work.
Okay.
The massage industry has definitely grown a lot in the last 2 decades. Even longer than that. 40 years ago, it was strictly a luxury.
Yes,
but
absolutely.
it's definitely become more of a priority.
Go to Vegas and you'd have a couple of cocktails and have a his and her. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was that kind of an event
Which is
thing.
always lovely. I don't recommend drinking before a massage,
No?
but or coffee for that matter.
Ooh.
But nonetheless,
The other thing with massages now is that I feel like years ago it was only a massage center. Right now you have all these wellness centers and chiropractors and things like that have these other modalities.
Affiliated.
Yes, and they have massage in there and other,
So let's talk about your journey. So you start working for somebody.
yes.
And then how long, or just kind of walk us through that. 17 years is a long time.
Well, I started working at my first massage gig. It was
Okay.
a Massage Envy.
Okay.
If you guys are
Yep.
familiar with that huge company.
Mm-hmm.
It was a great experience right out of school.
Sure.
Yeah.
They give you clients, you just work really hard.
Yep.
And
Corporate.
Yeah.
Very.
But when you become a large company like that, you lose something. You lose that connection that's very much needed in massage therapy. So
Because you
at
need
our-
the volume. You just need to crank stuff through.
absolutely.
Yeah.
And I know the clients definitely felt that. So at our office, we're a small office. We have 2 massage rooms, 3 massage therapists, and it's really comfortable setting because it's not so large. We're not so in and out, down to the very second. We just treat everybody the way they should be treated. They should have that warmth, that welcome, that connection, that affinity, that a lot of people don't experience when they're paying for such a service. You know, it's so personal.
So then with that, how hiring, would you say 3 others, 2 others?
Yep, Desiree
Okay.
and Tiffany.
So how many did you interview or obviously you had them give you a massage, right?
Yes. So I've known these girls for
Okay.
quite a while, actually, from a previous office that I worked at, and we developed this camaraderie, a connection, as most massage therapists do. We kind of gravitate towards
Okay.
each other.
Is there like a massage therapist association that you belong to or can belong to?
There are multiple massage therapist
Really?
associations.
So it gives you an opportunity to network with other providers and kind of see what they're doing and how they're succeeding or not succeeding, as the case
Exactly.
may be.
And these groups, they have advocacy. They we're always trying to increase standards and certification, setting the bar higher in our industry, because right now there's kind of a lack of standardization in our field, especially nationwide. There needs to be a national standard.
What kind
To
of
get that
standard?
Yeah, like
recognition.
for
What kind of standard?
example,
Yeah,
like
are you
what would
talking
be an
about?
example that you could think of?
So right now, there is no national standard for certification or licensing in massage
Okay.
therapy. It's up to each individual state.
All right.
And Minnesota is one of the very few states that doesn't have any standardization for licensing.
Yeah, they leave it up to the business owners here in Minnesota.
Yep, and each individual city and county. So thankfully, Eagan is one of those cities that has standardization for licensing in the city. You have to prove you're certified and have the training so that you're providing safe and professional massage services.
So
Well,
there's
then
other.
that's it. It's safe, right? Because you're talking to somebody, 10 car accidents, and a few touchy areas of the body,
Right.
and it's just like that's more about going to somebody new that my reservation is the safety of, are they truly going to listen to me?
Exactly.
I've got this injury. Are you gonna just get into your mode and just kind of forget?
And are
just
they
do the same-
experienced? Are they
Right.
insured? Do
Right.
they have the capacity to take care of you how you deserve to be taken care of, especially with injuries? That's a big thing. I think the point that she's making is, some of these other counties, you can go in there, there's no licensing required. You can just throw up a sign that says, hey, Matt's Massage, come on in. And
Okay.
you don't have to prove anything. So we're kind of taking that step different here. They require that all in Eagan anyways. We have our certifications for her. We have our insurance. We have our business insurance separate. We have all the things we need. And we actually document that, display it for our customers to see. All of our clients can be safe and in their head knowing, hey, they have the experience they need. It's not just 17 years of fake massage or, they've been to school for this. They care about their clients. They have a good reputation. And, we go above and beyond.
If you're ever not sure, you can always check with the city clerk's office to check for certification and licensing. You can also just look at the reviews on Google or Yelp or what have you, and look for key things, technique, certification. You can look for, little warning signs. Was there unprofessional behavior? Was it not the cleanest space? Different indicators that can tell you whether you're going to get a good service or not.
Is there an advantage or disadvantage to having a standalone office versus someone who does massages out of their basement?
Oh, definitely. Reputational wise, trying to earn the reviews that it would take just to get a Google audience out of your home is very, very hard. I started a computer business and did that exact thing. It took me many years. When we moved her into the office, it was a very quick thing, with the people who saw her talents and bring it out. You ask them to leave that review, they're way more apt to do it when you're in a physical location.
Right.
And I've definitely noticed that.
Well, and also for the comfort and, again, safety. When you're going to somebody's home, it's that much more personal. It can make
Right.
people really nervous.
Yeah. Uncomfortable.
Uncomfortable, not just for the client, but even for the therapist. You don't always know who's going to be coming in through that door. So I always recommend, if people are nervous, don't ever hesitate to reach out and just speak with one of the massage therapists. It's a simple, small request that anyone can make, and just ask them questions.
Do most massage whatever, whether it's a franchise or like an individual company like yours, do most of them take insurance?
That's kind of a thing that's really hard because there's a big misunderstanding in the massage community or in the massage industry where certain things they feel like would be covered because of medical comments from their doctors, things like this. But we found with insurance companies in general, they really have specific scenarios when you're allowed to get service covered by insurance. It's something where
resulting from an injury.
Exactly. If it's some car accident, things like that, they're right on top of it. All a doctor has to say is, hey, here's a medical referral and you get your massage. And there's a lot of things, different problems that people may have that they'll do that for, but there's also a huge shunning of it by the doctors, so they don't necessarily refer it out for just anything, and a lot of people will want that coverage, but their insurance just simply will not cover it.
Well, and again, that goes into having a national standard. Massage therapy is getting more and more recognized in the medical field, and once we have that national standard for certification, insurance companies, they're not going to have a choice anymore. They will have to cover massage therapy is our hope.
They should have to. After
Well,
my
not just for
experiences.
auto accidents or workers' compensation claims.
Yeah, and we have through Young Living, we had the Health Share Company on the radio show a year or so back, and so there's the Health Share plans now where, I don't have quote quote medical insurance, I have Health Share, right? And so in these health shares, they are covering chiropractors and massage and all of that because that's the world they're in, and they understand that those things all matter and make a difference on
Alternative
your
health
Exactly.
care and alternative insurance.
Yes, right, exactly. So there is alternative insurance out there. It's now also getting that out there as well.
And we do
right?
work with those people, so it's a little bit different in those scenarios because with the insurance, you just kind of send them the info, you send them the billing. But in the cases like she's talking about, it's more common for the clients that come in, they actually cover their own massage up front,
And
then
get
they'll submit
reimbursed.
that to
Yes,
their account
right,
and get
right,
reimbursed.
right.
Some
Some,
HSA.
some people will submit it.
Right.
Others just never submit it.
Exactly.
Well,
even if they could.
Yeah.
He's talking about me.
But there's also different HSA, health savings plans that will cover massage or some massage. So we've had people, utilize that as well. You're paying for this service. You shouldn't just receive that incredible care. As professionals in this field, we want to keep our pricing low, and fair so that as many people can receive massage as possible and not even have to worry about insurance.
Okay, with that, when we come back from break, I just want to make the leap now from your journey from working for corporate America, cranking it out, and then the leap to self-employed and opening your own shop.
Yeah.
Is
That's where I shine.
a huge deal. So I want to talk about that when we come back for break. This is Our Healthy Homes. We'll be right back. Welcome back. Thanks for sticking around. This is Our Healthy Homes, ourhealthyhomes.com, 651-775-9194. The 4 pillars of a healthy home. That's what we're talking about. We're talking about massage. I don't wonder which pillar is that. That would be the physical
And mental.
and
Could follow
mental part
in
too.
Both
Yep.
of those,
I
yeah.
could cover a little, two of them. Okay, let's talk about. I'm curious about here in corporate America. You're working your work. You're busy. They're driving people to you. You're just rubbing and billing, so to speak.
Rubbing and billing.
Rubbing and billing.
Plainly put.
Yeah, and then you, at some point you'd say, something. There's a better way, and so talk about that conversation with yourself or between the two of you on how do you leave the safety.
Right.
Of-
It is a big deal.
Yeah, it was a huge deal. And, that's where I really came into the picture.
Okay.
When I met her, she had been doing massage for quite a while. As we went on with our relationship, obviously, she continued on full time. And, it's something where I saw her grinding in this corporate job, and it bothered me because I had already launched my own business. I had been offered to work for Best Buy Geek Squad. They tried to make me sign a no-compete for 50 miles within any Best
Wow.
Buy in the whole U.S. I said no. I dropped it. I made my own business. It didn't really go well, but I moved across the country, launched a better business with the help of someone who was a little more educated, and I learned that this is what I wanted to do in life. So when I was with her, I saw her grinding every day. I saw her soar. She was booked all day. I mean, literally they pushed her to her max. 15-minute breaks, the worst conditions. And they underpaid her. So as I saw this, and I saw us struggling to pay all our bills and to do all this work at our house and try to live, I was just like, no, we can't do this. So I tried my best to encourage her.
Yep.
She really fought back on it, but it's something
I'm a
that
stubborn person. I took a lot of convincing, not just from my husband, but my clients as well. They were so encouraging. Sure. And without that encouragement, I don't know if I ever would have taken that leap. But it was the best thing.
Exactly. And clients, like she says, the clients were so important. And I knew based on seeing them and interacting with them over time, as they leave, as I pick her up from work or whatever, they all would have the same comments. So I really pushed her, and we kind of got to this point where we were ready to move. And I said, you know what? This is the time. I said, we need to get you out of there. Let's start a transition. Yep. So we started simple, where she kept working there at her old job.
Okay.
We went and signed a lease, did the development at the property. I ran all the wiring.
Sure.
We designed it, did the whole nine. And
found all the
moved
forms,
her in,
filed them.
And it's where we just worked slowly but surely, transitioning clients over the right way, ethically, and getting our new presence formed, getting the Google everything up, making people, making us visible.
It was a lot of work.
How'd you come up with the name?
Well, that comes from just wanting the name to actually mean something.
Okay.
Something very special to me, because I didn't want it to be generic.
Megan's Massage.
Yeah, Megan's
exactly.
Magical Massage Menagerie was actually one of the names I thought of, but I thought it was a little more ridiculous.
Yeah.
But Affinity and Beyond Massage comes from when I met my husband and his family for the first time. They were extremely warm and welcoming, especially his two nieces. They were so over the moon about meeting Uncle Matt's girlfriend.
Of course.
All kinds of questions for me, and if I'd be their new auntie. And by golly, those sweet girls, they made me feel so loved. And they're really sweet girls. I just want everyone to feel that warmth, that welcome.
And they would always tell us they love us to infinity. And
that's
our thing. And
so, that was their thing. We love you to infinity and beyond. And that's our thing, too. Mine and my husband's. So kind of a play off that without any trademark
because she really does have an
issues.
affinity for massage and for her clients. She really, truly cares. You can go to 100 different massage therapists and maybe 5 of them will show you that actual care and treat you like a family member. And that's what she is. That's what I saw. So I helped brand it that way. And it really took off well. It really did. And just her talent out there rubbing hard every day. We transitioned then once we were stable with that and we're paying our bills. I was kind of in the office sharing the space, making up for some of that slack. Well, then her old coworker from the old office, who was also being taken advantage of, low wages, bad treatment, rude boss type of thing.
On the road to burnout.
Exactly. On the road for a quick burnout, we said, hey, set yourself free with us. We can't make you promises, but if you come here and you work hard and you bring as many people as you can, we'll make sure that we pick up any slack for you in the systems, the marketing, anything you need, all the material supplies, and we'll grow with you.
It's about service. There's a quote, love cannot remain by itself. Love has to be put into action or it has no meaning, and that action is service. So our massage therapists definitely have a love for service. And when you have that, all the other good qualities follow. The qualities you're looking in for other massage therapists who are like-minded. And we all just try our best to show that exceptional level of care.
So are you guys open, because you have the 3 of you massage therapists, is it open every day of the week?
Every day except for Sunday.
Okay.
Sundays.
All right.
We got to have that day of rest.
Yeah. Right.
Otherwise, you hit that burnout. But our therapists have a lot of freedom over their schedule. We don't want to force anyone to work more than they can or should. So we leave it up to people instead of
Yeah, just like Megan, our therapist Desiree, she got to transition into us with the business that we built the way we did. It allowed her to work her other jobs, and as soon as she was here and putting in enough effort, she was able to quit those other jobs and stay with us full time. And it's been like that for a few years now.
When you're with these affinity groups, or you're visiting with other massage therapists, what's the number one complaint that people have?
How do you mean?
Owners, you mean?
No, the therapists themselves. What's is there a common thing that they seem like everybody's complaining about this, and why doesn't somebody
I'd say
do
it's
something
not
about
really
it?
a complaint that I hear. So I get the behind the scenes.
Okay.
I'll be a little more candid. The one thing I do notice that they don't love is, it's not that they hate it or anything. It's that the people, we form this connection. They form a really close connection, so they will want to stay and hang out, and you will have 5 minutes left to get to your massage, and you can see these girls just going frustrated, but
right.
It's all in the best, and they want to sit there and talk. It's
Sure.
But it comes to that point where they say,
Time to go.
I gotta do it, and they hate doing it.
My complaint would be, I never have enough time with people. Even in a 2-hour session.
Right, we did not have enough time.
Very few people actually need. But
I did.
We do as much as we
between needing and wanting.
No.
Right.
Legit.
Okay, so now I'm sure that there are therapists listening.
Oh, sure.
Do you have room? Are you looking to expand your business, or what if somebody is working in a corporate thing and they're being, just like you say, they're like a little cog in the wheel. Boom, 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 boom,
I
boom.
want to be
Wash
free.
your hands and hit the next one. Wash your hands and hit the next one. What would you say to them?
I love that question because that's something that I have been really focusing on lately. That is exactly what I'm building here. That's what I wanted to build from the beginning, and we are expanding. We're growing. I'm looking at getting a larger office area. Even for now, we can start taking on another therapist. We are really picky, though. So when you come to us with this want, you have to fit into our family. We're willing to give you a test drive and see how you do, maybe on our down days, see how you fit in, see what you can bring to the table. And if you don't fit, we really need you to be family, so we'll be moving on. But to your question there, yes, we are excited. We just finished the handbook, the policy handbook. We just finished the main independent contract that we'll be having all the therapists sign, and we really have a good structure for this business. We're excited to get other people on our side so that we can help them out of that corporate cog so that they can make more money. One of the main things we got our other therapists on was, we will pay you more money than you've ever been paid or that you will be offered from any of these major corporate gigs, because they're all about their profit, their numbers. They need to meet them. They push you through the ringer, and we're not greedy. We don't care if you only make us $500 in a year. If you were a good person and you only worked 7 days a year and you did us good service and you represented us well,
the wages
that's
they
what
work
we want.
hard for.
I'm a really good guinea pig for those new massage therapists.
Yeah.
You'll be our test subject.
Right.
That's right, exactly.
Let me ask you this question now. I love small business, and I love entrepreneurship, and I mentor entrepreneurs. How has starting this business changed you?
Well,
I'll leave that to Megan because, it's something that
the responsibility of it, the fact that you have people under your employ that are relying on you for their income, for their families themselves. It was a big eye opener, and having that responsibility, it feels great, but it's also this pressure.
Yes.
And that pressure makes you work harder, as hard as you possibly can every day. I'm a service person. I'm a workhorse. So operating the business aspect, I'm so grateful I have Matthew to help me with that.
That's how it is with us.
I'm sorry, I lost my train of thought.
You're the workhorse.
I am the workhorse. So
how has that changed you having your...
How has that changed you? We got 34 seconds left. I just know that we've had our own businesses for 45 years or whatever it is. I know exactly what you're talking about. You feel the weight.
Yes.
That's
Empowerment, but weight.
That's what I feel, the weight.
You step up to the plate and you find within yourself the incredible ability to do it. You just got to do it.
Yep.
Yeah.
I keep
the
looking
work
at the
in.
schedule all the time, like, she's not getting as
And
many as
ask
she
for
could.
help.
Can I do better? Can I market better? What can I do better?
How can they get a hold of you?
We got to go. This is Our Healthy
All right.
Homes, ourhealthyhomes.com. We'll see you next week.
Thank you.
But when he calls me sugar, I love that man with all my might. I tell him, honey, you can call me sugar.